and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Been searching in the dark, like your sweat soaking through the floor. Buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see it getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher in the pulpit and your body bullshit. There's something buried in the brick of every woman's holding. All it's a no. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights and the runaways are running the light? Impossible comes through. It's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come through, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Colossal we come, these renegades in the ring, where the lost get found in the crown of the circus king. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's blinding, outshining anything that you know. Just surrender, cause you're calling and you wanna go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running in the night. Impossible comes through, intoxicating you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come through, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. This is the greatest show. It's colored all the colored lights. Impossible comes through. It's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We won't come down, and the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come through, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
All right, so let me get Zombie up here before I have another coughing fit like I was having heard that freaking song. That didn't feel pleasant.
Yeah, both of us have had trash days today. I mean, me mentally and emotionally, you mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Bro, I got the triple hitter, bro.
I know you've gotten the zombie flare-up simulator.
God damn, I didn't want to buy that game. I want a refund. Fuck. Now I got goddamn pancakes. Even though I think I didn't pay attention to the instructions on the box, so I think I may have added a hair too much water, but it's edible.
It's forgivable. I mean, during my flare-ups, I get pain brain. That's what I call it. It's like labor brain, but except it's just chronic pain brain.
Yeah, it's labor brain, but you're not birthing out a kid. You don't get something out of all this.
Nope.
because I found out something I really do like to do, and anyone who's listening, yeah, call me a child for it. I don't care. I'll fucking tear apart my pancakes and dip them in the syrup because I'm weird.
You eat your pancakes how you eat your pancakes. There's no
Right.
anybody who like tries to enforce pancake etiquette, they're the weird ones.
For real. Oh god, it's actually kind of funny that I'm eating pancakes and I made the title of this 5 Nights at Denny's.
That's right.
Although, I swear, the only time I could ever drink Denny's coffee is that if I was completely smashed, like fucked up, and it was like 3 a.m. The planets have to align a certain way for me to willingly drink Denny's coffee.
the stream link has a watermelon.
Oh shit. For real? Hold up. Actually, let me mute myself for a second. I am so happy I muted myself because that sounded gross. So the link that I sent you has a watermelon in it?
No, the link to the stream on YouTube has a watermelon in it.
Oh, I want to see now. Send me the link in chat. I want to see.
I want to take picture. Well,
okay.
I can just take picture of the link.
Yes. It might be because I have a little watermelon slice on the end of my username, and
yeah. Well, it showed up in the link.
Hey, hashtag Free Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
I did watermelon.
You will watermelon.
I didn't think it would show up. That is super cute. I actually really like that. Shout out to Google Chrome for,
Yep.
not censoring the watermelon. Because now I've noticed on some social medias they're starting to censor the watermelon now.
I don't know why people would. That just seems like a weird thing to censor. No watermelon for you.
There is actually a reasoning behind it. I forget which decade, but it was within the past 75 years. Something with Israel, essentially stating that Palestine could not display their flags for some reason. And this is back in the day, and so watermelons have been grown in Palestine for decades.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
So they adopted the watermelon as like their faux symbol because that's all the colors of the Palestinian flag involved.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's also been like the internet's way of showing support without, outright being banned.
Yeah. My grandpa back on his old property had a watermelon patch.
Ooh.
And one of my favorite things to do, one of our favorite granddaughter things to do was to go to that patch, pluck us a watermelon and crack it open right there and eat it.
Nice. Watermelon's good though as a fruit. I love it.
You have not experienced watermelon until you've experienced fresh fucking watermelon on a hot summer's day.
Like freshly grown, I have not, unfortunately. Have I had like regular, basic store watermelon on a hot day? Yeah, but not like, freshly grown, which probably slaps so hard.
It does. It's so delicious. Yeah, we would go out to my grandpa's watermelon patch. We'd pick out one of the ripe ones, and they're generally huge. And he would crack open the watermelon, and we just sit there in the watermelon patch and eat the watermelon. I'd like to get back into growing stuff here, but here is not a very hospitable place for growing things. Unless it's cactus, which I wouldn't mind growing a cactus. I have thought of like guarding my house by having cactuses outside my window.
I mean, hey, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Like, but unfortunately, I have a wooden deck outside my house, so I cannot plant cactuses there to be like live fence. I suppose I could plant it around my yard.
Right.
Do you want to break into my yard? Well, you're gonna have to fight through choyas.
Oh God, like the stuff that almost took out Coyote Peterson. That shit.
Right. Well, no, those are teddy bear choyas, and those are not in my area. We have regular choyas.
It's like teddy bear choya. Sounds adorable, isn't?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at that cute little ow. Like, look at that cute little cactus. Oh, the immense pain.
Yeah. Whoever named the Red Delicious apple also named the teddy bear choya.
For real, Red Delicious apples are terrible. My hipsters don't even like them very much.
They're like, I mean, first of all, they have like no flavor.
Yeah.
And second of all, they're kind of dry.
Mm-hmm.
And third of all, they're mealy. Like,
yeah, the texture ain't right. That's another thing I look for in an apple. The texture's right. If the texture ain't right, no.
It's like mealy texture, and you're just like, ugh. Hi, Kay.
Oh, playing
Destiny.
Oh my God! Of course, you dudes and your fucking Destiny. I've met so many folks like in that age bracket and younger. It's like Destiny's their fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Destiny's the new Halo at this point, and I hate to say that because you and I grew up with. Hey, actually, no. Yeah, you're the same age as Kay. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm the almost 40 something.
I'm 2 years older than them. But
Destiny started
I grew up with Halo too. I mean, my dad played it with me, and that's how I was scarred for life by the fucking flood.
Oh my God, the flood.
You do not know fear until you're an 8-year-old child walking into a dark place in a video game, and these things start coming after you.
You are correct, because I remember when Resident Evil first came out in 1997, y'all. I was a living, breathing child, and I decided to play that game. And I think that was kids around my age, every kid's first trauma is seeing that infamous cutscene of the zombie looking over his shoulder. It's like, hey, because us, we're like, holy fuck, this is gory as shit. Nowadays, it just looks kind of silly, but still iconic.
I thought the other one, that might have been a different Resident Evil game, but when the zombie dogs jump through the window.
Oh yeah, it's actually still the first Resident Evil game.
Yeah, it's like a classic shit yourself moment in Resident Evil.
No one ever expects it, because it's it's deathly quiet. They're like, what the fuck? Yeah. I fucking love the zombie Doberman for Resident Evil.
Same. They made me fall in love with Dobies, because Dobies are so pretty and so metal looking.
That's why if I ever get a Doberman, or even a Doberman mix, they're gonna have a Resident Evil name.
Yes.
They'll have to. Female Jill, and here's my male Leon.
What was I thinking about? I mean, the most recent shit yourself moment with Resident Evil was the baby monster.
Right. It's just like, okay, dark, creepy dollhouse. The lights. Why is everything red? Ask Neil Newbon, y'all. Go ask him. He went from being, goofing off to, what the fuck is that? What the fuck?
I loved it. Like, I was living for it. I mean, when we both of us were watching, that no dialogue playthrough, when I like through the entire dollhouse, I was like, ooh, I like this.
I mean, I did too, for different reasons. You were thinking like the Silent Hill ride. I was thinking, ooh,
yeah, I like my Silent Hill fan just like going nuts. And then the lights go out, and I was like, welcome to PT.
Oh, the game that never will be.
I know. And then I see the baby monster. I'm like, What's up, baby monster?
Oh, that reminds me. There actually there was a Resident Evil game that was released a few weeks ago. It's a shorter game. I think maybe in completion time 3 hours, which is extremely short for a game. It's a Silent Hill derivative. It had, from what I've seen, it's got its really good points and also really bad points where you're just like, oh, this is cringe. But the one and only creature you see in that whole playthrough, I honestly thought it was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. All right, just imagine a just a basic human body with like maybe like a hospital shirt on that's like white. I want to say that's the only thing I could compare it to, or like the hospital gowns that are white. And this is a femme monster, at least I'm assuming.
Yeah.
This thing, because you know Silent Hill, the original games came from Japan. This creature had regular human feet. Its hands were sakura branches with full flowers of bloom, looking so pretty, and its head was just like the top of a sakura tree. I'm like, is this scary? I feel like a fucking like a human and hybrid's coming after me. Like it's trying to
come with me, and
I'm gonna
see.
oh my god! I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, probably just be like, come with me, and you'll see a place of your imagination. Oh. Which, to be honest, you know, Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka might as well be a Silent Hill movie.
Gene Wilder was so unhinged in that film, and I love it. It's like that. It's like the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, essentially. Literally was like a bad acid trip, and that was only Wonka. Gene Wilder's is the only Wonka that you felt that you probably were gonna die with.
Yeah.
I mean, the Johnny Depp one, it's like, yeah, eccentric, maybe a little bit unhinged, not that bad.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet's, I have not seen the new one. He looks like a nice, young, whimsical Wonka that's never experienced trauma like our adult Wonka we're used to. So he's a nice, like, little young refresher. Then you got Gene Wilder, who
then you got Gene Wilder, which, like the Bible, you know, the OG is really scary.
Yup. Oh, here we go. I found the Sakura monster.
Oh no!
Oh wait, it doesn't have human feet. It's got fucking flowers on its. Oh my god! I'm sorry, but there's
supposed to be a Silent Hill monster, or at least Silent Hill inspired. Nothing about Silent Hill has flowers.
Right. Hold on. You're about to be fucking amazed.
What does that thing look so fucking stupid? Like, I think I know the kind of vibe they were going for, but oh my god, that's so stupid. Hold on.
I'm gonna post it on my community page. It's just that. Oh shit! I gotta.
I forget what it's called, but I know it.
At the same time, doing that. But yeah, you see that, and you're like, I'm supposed to be scared of that,
right? I think I know what kind of vibe they were going for. I
just posted the photo on Twitter. All right.
I'm gonna send it to you.
God, I love how we're having like full-on gamer moments. Like, oh my god! Oh, I think is that from Homecoming?
No.
The hell is it? Is it a sphincter?
That is from Silent Hill 3. And that is the closer monster. And I think that was the vibe they were trying to go for.
Well, at least the closer monster looks disturbing.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to water the other one. It's like, are y'all trying to go for disturbing? Because this ain't it. Japan, what the hell? Japan, I understand you love your botanicals, but what the fuck? This is not normal.
Looks so stupid.
Where's
and
my
the
normal?
graphics aren't even that good. Look at that. It looks like PC Skyrim.
Because honestly, I think they were trying to go for the PT vibe, but they failed.
Why? Again, nothing about Silent Hill has flowers.
Right. And if there are flowers, they're dead. They're decayed.
Yeah, there we go. There's a closer in like a similar situation. Those fuckers are terrifying, okay?
Oh yeah. I remember that now. Yeah, the first picture just threw me off it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen that one. Good old Heather Mason there. Then you have the fucking derpy flower monster.
Right.
It's like, is this supposed to be scary? What the fuck? I mean, I know Silent Hill doesn't do crazy amounts of gore, but come on.
Lisa, that was her name.
Oh, Jesus, not Lisa. Lisa? Hello? He's just like, oh, no, there she is across the hallway. Or then you got the fucking underdeveloped fetus that's talking shit to you in the sink. Like, what the fuck, man?
I know, that's what it's like. That's why when I saw the baby monster, I was like, what's up, baby monster? I know you.
Oh my god. I mean, hey, both games originated from Japan, so it makes sense.
Did they ever disclose what her story was? Because generally Silent Hill is based around a particular person. And obviously BT was her.
From my knowledge, and I learned this lore like years ago. But the person you're playing at was either Lisa's spouse or someone who knew Lisa and heard about heard or took part in essentially a murder spree, taking out the kids, the pregnant wife or friend, I should say.
Oh, cool. So she is an Onryo.
Oh yeah. And that baby is wrapped up in that shit too, like Toshio from The Grudge. Which you don't get many children Onryos. Those are extremely rare.
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering what Lisa's story particularly is. And if PT was meant to be like based around her Silent Hill or somebody else's. Because when every single Silent Hill game, it's somebody's Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, definitely. But PT was supposed to be the Resident Evil that fucking Norman Reedus was gonna be in. I was so hyped for it. Fucking Konami. Then we have Kojima, who went on to work on Death Stranding instead of what would have been PT. And I've heard mixed reviews about Death Stranding too. That the cinematics are amazing. It's just the gameplay sucks.
Yeah.
And also Norman Reedus was in there too, and a couple of other well-known celebrities did a mocap for it. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, your whole celebrity budget didn't save your game completely. I mean, I still hear a lot about it. It's still popular, but it's got more reviews than good.
Pete, I remember being excited for PT as well. Everybody was. Everybody who was like into horror video games or every Silent Hill fan was just so fucking hyped for this game, and they killed it.
Oh,
Dishonor on you and your cow, Konami.
exactly. it's like this could have been a brand new way to kind of revive this series. Kind of like when they started remaking the Resident Evil games.
They're planning on, as far as I'm aware, they're planning on remaking the first Silent Hill game.
That would be interesting because it's not the silent film that most of the younger audiences would be used to. It's what we're used to.
Yeah. And it's it definitely shows its age.
Yeah, that's why when you ask someone who plays the series if which game or games are their favorite, they usually either say one or not one. They usually say 2 or 3 or both.
Yeah. 3 for me. 2 has the most iconic monsters of Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Pyramid Head, the nurses, what are they called? Like the smoke monsters.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like those are the most iconic Silent Hill monsters, but story-wise, I would say that Silent Hill 3 is better.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I forgot what I was about to say. Dang it. Oh, no. I remember now. One of my closest friends, I remember when the first Silent Hill film came out. That's why I really started doing more like special effects, like makeup stuff.
Yeah.
She was like, oh my God, you have to turn me into one of the nurses. I was like, really? That's a long project. That's like 6 hours, if not more, of work.
Oh, yeah. Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly. I'm like, if you want to camp out for that long while I do it, I'm game for it, because that's full body.
Yeah.
Full fucking body. Even though like when I did my makeup for AwesomeCon, technically that was full body, but it wasn't complete full body. Like my thighs and everything weren't painted, or like my chest wasn't really painted. It's just more my extremities.
Yeah.
No, I would pretty much have to start from goddamn scratch with a nurse makeup outfit.
I mean, if I can burn off the stress weight that I've gained recently, I give you full permission to make me an Onryo, or make me like fuck the fucking American Grudge.
Yeah, God, actually, the other like shitty American. Well, actually, no. The first American remake that came out in 2004 wasn't that bad. The one that came out within the past like 8 years, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
That one, the storyline sucked, the acting sucked, but the makeup was so lit. I loved it.
Mm-hmm. The only problem would be the eyes, because I don't have like scary eyes.
From what I've noticed in the other Grudge films, if you come back as an Onryo, you normally keep your eye color.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you have brown eyes, you dye brown eyes. Guess what? You have brown eyes.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed in the second Grudge film, I love it for the fact that it's so ridiculous. Because the second one, that one scene when the girl's talking to, like, I think it was like a principal or guidance counselor or something. And then the girl was like, "Yeah, my friend's been missing for like, I think it was like weeks at that point in time. I don't remember." And the guidance counselor lady's just like, "No, they're right here with you." It's like, "No, they ain't." Then out of nowhere here. I understand what they were trying to do, but that kind of like pitch of wail just sounds dumb. But that lady, she ended up showing that she was an actual spirit, and the lady she had blue eyes, so she kept that in the version. But yeah, just that shit was just funny.
There was one time, I think it was in Insidious, one of the Insidious movies, where Darth Maul pays this woman a visit.
Oh, that's the first one.
Yeah. Like, it was supposed to be a jump scare, but when I saw that demon, I was like, "Darth Maul, that you?"
Right. Honestly, they could have made the demon look like anything else, but it looked way too much like Darth Maul for me to take it any more serious.
Same. Like it was supposed. Like I think it was supposed to be a jump scare, but you see that and you're just like, "Yo, Darth Maul, what's up?"
Right. Because honestly, I remember seeing Insidious in theaters, and that shit actually weirded me out up until that point.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, I'm good now. We got fucking Darth Maul up in here.
Right. Darth Maul was really cool, especially if you ever watch the Clone Wars and everything, and like the continuation of his story. Like he was the Sith.
Mm.
I mean, literally, he survived being lopped in half through hate.
I mean, a mood.
Right. And so he was a really cool character.
Right. Well, the guy who played him apparently does conventions now, and he still remembers like his lightsaber training and everything. Like, it's wild.
I'm sure they all do. You know, Hayden, Ian McGregor. I'm sure they all remember their lightsaber training.
It's been really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you finally hearing, Obi-Wan say hello there, and the fucking miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there. You're like, ooh!
He said the thing.
Like Dad's back.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but my brain. But by the way, y'all, Zombie's book is now in the beta reading stage.
Mm-hmm.
And Christine's actually one of my beta readers. My first one, anyway. But it's just been on the forefront of my mind, and now I'm just thinking of like a Star Wars mashup with these stories.
Oh my god.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
Right.
Dun 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 dun. Ooh, is that a laser sword? I want one of those.
Damn it. Whew. Don't mind me, y'all. Whew. It's like how to end up on the documenting reality website. Die on stream. I wonder how Kay's doing on their game.
Oh, I think they're playing with one of their friends.
Ooh.
They love Destiny. It's practically their religion. Which I played the first Destiny and it was all right. Multiplayers really aren't my thing.
I like multiplayers. I am the asshole that will camp and snipe you from a distance. I am that bitch. I did. I remember that's why one of my best friends would never play multiplayers with me anymore, because I would find a place hidden and just start taking folks out. Bam. They're like, I don't like playing with you anymore. But like, come on, now you gotta learn me quick.
I just like, I don't mingle well. Although I did have my one moment of glory in my multiplayer moment of glory in Destiny. So that's the first Destiny game was a little bit broken in that if the no matter what level a boss was, if you were the one who killed it and everybody else was like trying to kill it, you would get all of the loot and all of the experience from killing that boss. And so level, I think it was like level 13 me saw these two, like, I think it was like a level 24. It was like a level 23 and a level 24 duo fighting a level 25 boss. And me forgetting about that mechanic entirely was like, I want to help. I help, quote unquote, and kill that boss. And I get all of the experience and all of the in one bullet.
All those other players were like, get her!
I know, they like started coming after me. I got on my like flying bike thing and I zoomed off and they started chasing me over the map.
Like, oh no!
It was that was my moment of glory with the multiplayer.
Hey, you've heard some of the stories from my heyday.
I like, but like I just don't mingle well, and so I just tend to stay out of multiplayers. I do co-ops though. I do play those all the time if I have the chance. They were like coming out with a Skyrim co-op, I thought. But given how broken Skyrim was when it first came out, I don't trust it.
Right.
But I mostly stick to single players, and I have some good stories from the single players. My favorite one was when I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and and I was playing one of the DLCs. Now, Dragon Age is notorious for their DLCs being stupid hard. Like the rest of the game is like the game, and then the DLCs are like twice as hard as the normal game. It's ridiculous. And so I was doing one of these DLCs. I was going up to the end game boss of this DLC that always just kicks my ass and mops the floor with it. And I sent a message to my to my best friend at the time, and I was like, pray for me. I'm going up against this, end DLC boss. And they were like, I pray for you. The minute they sent that message, the boss just died. I texted them back, it worked.
It's like, holy shit, it worked. I want to get back in. There's a lot of things I need to get back. Things I need to get back into, and gaming's one of them. I still have to beat Lady D in fucking Resident Evil Village.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still stuck at the thing where I'm actively running from her. It's like, no, mother, no.
I just haven't been able to game lately because I just feel like I don't have the time.
Right.
Because generally when I game, I like to game for a while, like hours.
Like a good few hours.
Yeah. And I mean, especially now that I'm in my own house and I'm working on my stories and everything, and having to manage that, having to manage my pets. I just feel like I can't get myself in the space to actually sit back and play a video game. And so I haven't gamed in over a year. Just because I just feel like I can't. I just have too much going on.
That's the life of a writer.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I was writing a piece earlier. I'm working on a piece, I should say. And I was just like, that's one hell of an oopsie.
Right. Like, that's a hell of a thing to be like, my bad.
Yeah. Oops. I mean,
You're welcome.
it is like a pretty dark passage, like the rest of that story is, but still, just when it comes down to it, oops.
My bad, guys.
Yep. Sorry. That's I mean, the first story is in the is effectively complete. I'm still working. The second story is definitely in the final stages of completion. In terms of like the narrative. The third story is definitely not, but god damn, is it dark? I didn't even mean it that way.
Okay, George R. Martin.
Hey, I don't do trauma porn. I just have trauma.
My God. Oh, hello. First what happens, I look on Twitter and I see a shirtless Ethan Hawke. Hello. Oh, delicious.
But yeah, it's just, this third story that I'm working on is the newest story, but I've just, every single time I add something to it, I'm just like, this story tops the previous two stories and just how fucking dark it is. I mean, it's just like, this is another, I mean, even though it's kind of funny, it's just like, whoops, sorry, everybody. Still, it's like the way it happened is like really dark. And
Right.
just, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm hoping I don't make my readership be too depressed.
You're like, I don't want to make their mental problems worse.
Right. There's a reason you call it the Chronicles of Trauma.
Yep.
I got my incense going. It smells so good.
If I wasn't having a fucking tism in my fucking lungs, which I don't know how that makes sense, but it does, then I would have some dragon's blood going.
Oh, I hear a black hole sun.
Yes.
I wonder if a habitable planet could actually be around a black hole. I never thought of that.
Right. Interesting thought.
Yeah, because at least active ones, like active black holes, like have heat around them and light.
So in theory.
Now I want to look that up. Oh, it's been asked before. Surprisingly, the answer is a tentative yes.
It's a yes, but we don't want to test it.
It's like, surprisingly, the answer is tentative yes, researchers say. Although there are plenty of reasons why life could never take hold in such a place. You think so? If the black hole is big and is rapidly spinning, then it hosts a habitable zone just barely above the event horizon. So you could literally have a black hole sun.
You're like, I need one right now.
No, I don't. I'm good.
You're like, I need a son.
I'm okay with just your basic bitch son. I don't need to orbit no black hole. Because, like, black holes have to be one of the most uniquely terrifying phenomenons in the entire universe.
Right.
What's in a black hole? Nobody knows. Gotta get juice. I'll be right back. I return. Yeah, I am very okay with not having a black hole for my son. Though I know that there is one area of my stories where there is nothing but black hole suns.
Yeah. I had a thought, but I forgot the thought.
Had a thought, but I lost it.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, that's right. Yesterday was my cousin's birthday.
Your day, my cousin's birthday, y'all.
I mean, shout out to Stacy.
Stacy's mom has got it going
Oh
on.
God, no, not my aunt. I'm sorry, but Betty don't.
She's all I want, and I've waited for so long.
Fountains of Wayne, though. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess my TV's gonna stay on Chris Cornell now. Now we got some Audio Slave.
Rest in peace, man.
Right, fucking heartbreaking. He taking his life, then not even like a week later, Chester Bennington taking his own. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, Chester was from what I understand, a good friend of Chris Cornell.
So the death may have just been like the icing on the cake for him.
That's what a lot. I mean, actually, it's such a phenomenon that it is called. Actually, I forget what it's called, but it's like a known phenomenon where if somebody unalives themselves, those who know them may follow. It's kind of a similar phenomenon to. I mean, it's different, but it is a similar phenomenon to how when there's a mass shooting, there's copycats.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody unalives themselves, those who care about them may follow. By the way, the fucking the most recent luckily there was only one person died from what I understand.
Yeah.
But 22 injured.
Right. It's like everything going on right now just sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we making historical events again?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I never thought I would be witnessing a fucking genocide. How many have we lived through?
Right.
How many are going on right now? It's just like, what the fuck?
I'll never forget going just to see what it takes to get an AR-15, which is the weapon that mass shooters use. Almost nothing. I was blown away.
That's a frightening thought.
It is a frightening thought, and clearly it's well proven.
Right, it's like they're always talking about, it's like, oh, we just gotta make the background checks, harder, stuff like that. It's just like, y'all ain't even doing a fucking background check. What the fuck?
Right. And here's the thing. Okay, hunting rifles. You can go hunting. Pistols are okay, I guess, for self-defense. A lot of gang violence with pistols. And domestic violence. But the AR-15 and AR-15 style rifles are specifically military weapons. They're meant to kill other humans.
That's why a military-grade weapon should not be in the hands of any civilian.
Exactly. You should not have military-grade weapons on the public market. The AR-15 and AR-15 style rifles are military-grade weapons that should not be accessible to the public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like can't even do that,
Mm-hmm.
My ex apparently has he has a pistol and a shotgun.
Mm. For obvious reasons, I don't trust myself with a gun.
Same here, honestly. The part of me did want to get an AR-15 just to prove a point.
But it's like with a rap sheet like mine, I shouldn't be able to get this gun, y'all. But here we are.
Exactly. Zombie has a rep, y'all. And if somebody like Zombie can get a hold of one of those guns, there's a massive problem.
Honestly, that we should actually try that. No joke.
I mean, if I get the money, sure.
Oh, right. AR-15s come with AR-15 pricing. God damn it.
It's still way too cheap.
Right. I mean, comparatively to, yeah. I mean, it's like if you're shopping for an exotic animal, it's like, oh, cool, a $20 lizard. Next thing you know, you have a fucking Nile monitor.
Yeah, or a $200 cobra. Next thing you know, you're dead.
Or like $200, baby Burmese python. Next thing you know, you have a 20-foot python on your hands.
Here's the thing, y'all. My ball python bottle at
Continue.
full price was $700. And yet, you can get a venomous monocle cobra for $300 or less.
I could import a fucking rhinoceros viper tonight for under 500.
Yep.
That is very cheap for a very venomous animal.
Yeah. And the AR-15, there's some that are like super expensive.
Yeah.
But most of them you can get for like $300, $200, $300.
Yeah, that is very cheap for something that. What the fuck?
Yeah, for something that deadly. And so I guess if I ever get the money, yes, I just to prove a point.
Yeah,
I'll
it's like
get
you buy the gun.
I'll
Don't
never like actually use it. I might display it.
Yeah, because you could just get the gun, don't get the bullets.
Yeah, exactly. I could display it. Maybe get like an American flag, America.
I mean, another great thing to have for home defense, because if someone breaks in, they see that, or they see you holding that, they're not going to automatically assume that it's not loaded.
Mhm.
They're going to think that shit's loaded.
I don't know why I would do that, but I mean, really, I feel like if somebody broke into my house, I just get all my snakes and wear them.
I've joked about this many times, that I would unleash all my hissers.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I would just
like a horror movie.
I would just get all 3 of my snakes and just walk out and just be like, "What are you doing here?" Especially, I mean, if you don't know like what Axel was, if anybody who knows anything about like venomous animals knows that they're bright colored.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, fucking Otto could be the mysterious African viper.
Right. You're the Otto, you're a mysterious viper.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually,
He has been giving me so many problems lately.
I'm actually surprised that Joey hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, but it is time to feed her.
Uh-oh.
The stupid ankle.
Oh no.
Joey! There he is. Oh, it smells terrible.
Oh no. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Nico. Eat you the Indians. Yeah, he's been a butthead lately. He has been on Mama's bad side for a while now.
Right.
I mean, ball pythons are notorious for their hunger strikes, and he's on one currently. And I'm pretty sure it's because he's looking for breed. He's interested, okay? He'll go up. He'll like lots of tongue flicks, lots of investigating. Gets really excited if I move it, if I do the zombie dance. Just doesn't bite. And yet he's tearing his enclosure to pieces. I literally changed out his water bowl for a smaller water bowl so that because he tips it over every night.
Jeez.
And so I took out his normal water bowl, which is pretty big. What's up?
Benny!
Hey, you're good. You're good.
No, you're good.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, Joey's like cousin Mandy's here.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's tipping his bowl over so much that Joey, there you go. That's better. He's been tipping over his bowl so much that I took out the normal bowl, which is big. It's like half a gallon bowl. And replace it with a smaller bowl because I didn't want the humidity getting too much in his enclosure. And he tips his water bowl over every single night. And I feed him and he's interested and he just won't bite. And so I'm pretty convinced that he's just looking for girls right now. And the life of an exotic's mom, yes, Joe.
Mm-hmm. I remember with Tony the hermit crab, because hermit crabs, they need two different water sources. One is just clean fresh water, the other is salt water. Tony would purposely shit in his saltwater one every single day.
And of course, you have to have like a special mix and everything. Yep.
It was just the salt. He loved that saltwater bath because mainly that's how he controls his own salinity level.
Hey, Shredder. Is he still around?
Oh, no.
I remember Shredder.
Is Shredder a cat by chance?
Dog.
Oh, okay.
Rat terrier. Really chill rat terrier, too.
Oh, no.
Like, I remember, multiple times when I visited my cousin's place, or when she was still living with her parents. Most chill dog ever. Oh, he's going blind. Oh, poor baby.
Oh, poor babe. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. The Shredder's been around forever.
Right.
Good dog though. Like I said, when I would visit, he like when you think of rat terriers, you think of rat terriers. Need I say more?
Right.
But that's rat terriers go insanely chill. What? Excuse me. Aren't you supposed to be in your dandans?
Oh, no.
You begging for attention? Boop.
See, Joey's like, you're talking to Auntie. I want to talk to you.
Oh, you're trying to hog your limelight?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you tenderize my thigh. I'm not chicken.
Aww. Shredder's being spoiled, but he deserves it, though. He's an old man.
Mm-hmm. He's really pretty, too. He's like cinnamon. Like he's white and he has cinnamon-colored splotches.
Ooh.
Very cool. I wish if I was not so badly allergic to dogs, I wouldn't mind a dog.
Right.
But I can't be around them. And as I've gotten older, that allergy has gotten worse. Well, actually, that's not true. Apparently, I don't remember this because I don't remember a lot of my childhood. After my anaphylactic event with penicillin, my allergy to cats and dogs like flipped in terms of severity. And apparently for at least like a year or two, every single time I was around dogs, I would projectile vomit.
Oof.
Yeah, like my allergy to them was that bad apparently. Like I mean, the only reason I know this is because my nana and everybody was setting up my aunt's wedding, and I was to be the flower girl, and Nana sent a letter to somebody. And it mentioned in the letter how when I was around dogs I would throw up. And I don't do that anymore, thankfully. But it is bad. I mean, when my neighbor had a sheepdog, named Barnaby, English sheepdog named Barnaby. Adorable dog. I love sheepdogs, Old English sheepdogs. I couldn't be with him more than 5 minutes before I started like wheezing.
Yeah. Well, you kept saying he was a really cute dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Old English sheepdogs. Actor Doug.
Oh my goodness. Whew.
And in fact, even once Miss
No.
Thing crosses the Rainbow Bridge, which will hopefully be a long, long time from now. Yes. I probably won't get another cat. Boop. I'm allergic, It's difficult. I love her in little bits and pieces, but she makes me break out in hives and sneasel. Boop. Oh, I hear Lincoln Park.
Oh, so I'm checking out my local shelter's pet finder. And there's a guinea pig named Mahomes there.
No.
It's a little red guinea pig, little Jim.
I'm not a fan of rodents.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like I love the rat moose.
I mean, guinea pigs are all right, but they still have rodent teeth.
well, yeah, they have the incisors.
Yeah, and I've been bitten all the time by rodents. And I don't want a guinea pig sized bite.
Okay, fair.
I mean, there was one mouse that was named Gladiator that I had for a while. He was a feeder mouse, actually. So my first snake ever, her name was Candy. She was live feed only. And I said, like, the first mouse that actually survives being with her, we keep. And Gladiator was that mouse. And Gladiator was actually a pretty good mouse. I'm not getting you a mouse, you'll eat it.
Right. Joy would be like, ooh, dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, I need all the bug children. You're like, no, thank you.
Anything that looks like a beetle or anything that makes buzzing wing noises. Nope. That's why it's like everybody's talking about the cicadas. Like the cicada screaming is not what gets to me. It's the sound of their wings.
Right, because, big fly make big sounds.
Mm-hmm. No. Oh my God, that reminds me of French fries. So when I was in middle school, I'd walk home. And there was this massive Great Pyrenees in in the yard of one of the folks who I would walk home past. And at first I was scared because like the sound of barking kind of like will always make me jump. But then I was like, I think I have an idea. One day I bring home some French fries from my school. And And of course, this big Great Pyrenees just comes barging up to the fence. And I find a hole. Oh, no, actually, no, back up. I was eating French fries on the way home. And the Great Pyrenees just like barges up and barking at me. And I have these French fries, and I was like, I have an idea. And I found a little hole in the wooden fence, and I stick a French fry through it. Next thing I know, this big old wet muzzle gobbles up my French fry. Yeah, same. Same, Mandy. I actually had a situation like that the other day. Like, buzzing sends me into almost automatic meltdown. And there was this big fat fly that flew into my house and was buzzing around, and like I couldn't even move because the sound is so upsetting. I just was standing in the middle of my living room with a can of Raid plugging my ears, just hoping to God that it doesn't fly at me and that I can find it and kill it. And then I remembered that I have my silencing headphones.
Yeah, that's probably what saved you there.
It was because I was swiftly my meltdown meter was going into the red from the noise. And I was like, my silencing headphones. And so I grabbed those, I turned those on. And even though I could still hear the buzzing because I'm just so sensitive to that sound, I was able to slay the fly.
I'm happy my hissers don't make buzzing noises. They hiss. But
yeah,
it just
when I was younger, I actually like in 6th grade we did a science experiment with hissers.
Oh yeah, you were trying to see which ones you could make them hiss.
Well, no, it was about something else. I forget what the actual science experiment was about, but at the last day of the science experiment, that was our mission, to get them to hiss. And we were trying to, like, my team and I were trying to get them to hiss, and then the team next to us was like, you have to poke their butts. And we're like, really? And he's like, yeah, poke their butts. And so we poked them and shh.
Oh God, yep.
But I watched, when I was younger, I watched a kissing bug documentary that traumatized me.
See, that I can understand, because kissing bugs are really, ugh.
Kissing bugs are terrifying. So now anything that looks like a beetle, like a kissing bug, is a beetle. And if it looks like a beetle, I can't stand it. Also, I now have to deal with cockroaches in my house.
And not the kind that I have. Bob has the gross kind.
I mean, Christine has witnessed my freakouts.
One of them was honestly hysterical, but then it was just like, okay, we need to get rid of this thing. Because I think that was the day where like a roach just like fell on you, and you're like, ah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the one that a fucking roach fell on me. And my ninja reflexes kicked in because I felt something crawling on me. I smacked it, and I saw it was a fucking cockroach, and I just freaked out.
Yeah, then you called me, and I'm just like, what? What is going on?
I was like, I need an adult. I just encountered a cockroach.
Meanwhile, I'm being an asshole and I'm laughing, but because to me at least it's so comical, but it's just like oh, okay, makes sense.
Oh God, wasps! I'll never forget that time I accidentally touched a wasp.
And you got the fucked up wasps too.
Yeah, I was in Texas. Yeah.
Hell no.
Ash talked to me about that because Ash had a bed bug problem too at that house.
Oof.
And like, I have an allergy to mites, I found out. And my Ash was convinced it was bed bugs. I was like, no, I don't think it's bed bugs. And it wasn't bed bugs, it was just mites. But yeah, Ash also has PTSD from that.
Good God,
But when I was a kid, we lived in Plano, Texas, and we lived in a gated neighborhood called Lantana. And Lantana had its own school called Brinker Bear. And I was walking home like I normally did. And I come into my parents' house. My parents had the kind of door handle that you have to wrap your hand around to undo it, not just grab and twist. I wrap my hand around said door handle, and I feel something extremely scaly. And so I jump back. I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? And out from behind the door handle crawls a 1.5-inch long red wasp.
Nope.
And it lines itself up and flies directly at my face.
Because wasps suck.
Mm-hmm. And I ran like Forrest Gump, And I did not go back into the house until my parents literally got in their car and went out looking for me. And they found me hiding behind like some construction work, and they were like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "This wasp tried to assassinate me." And ever since, after that day, I would always check first behind the fucking door handle before I grab it.
Oh, Mandy, if I were in your position and if I could afford to, I would have just burned everything.
I think they had exterminators come in, but the thing is like, it's sort of like with fleas, how you have to literally fumigate the entire fucking house. I know that because my mom probably still does have a massive flea problem, and she never got it taken care of because it's so expensive, because you have to fumigate the entire house, ideally completely toss out all your furniture. And I remember very well because I was like eaten alive by those fucking fleas. Which is why every single time I see like Joey scratching her ear or something, I'm like, "Come here. Do you have any flea dust?" I like groom her like a monkey.
Right, you're just like, where is it? Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
I was like that with Lucas too. He would like scratch or whatever, and I'd just be like, "Sit your ass down. Where's your fleece?" Nana and Grandpa are. Mandy and I, as Nana and Grandpa, also had a major flea problem. It was actually it was wild because Ash and I would spend time, would like have sleepovers when I was down there at Nana and Grandpa's house. And our tactic was literally sticking our clothes and blankets in the freezer until we needed to use them. And we would open that freezer up, and dead fleas would be all around those blankets and clothes.
Oof.
Yeah. And my parents wonder why I'm so paranoid about fleas and parasites, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you're like sitting Joey down, grooming her like she's a chimpanzee. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're my little macaque. You're a macaque monkey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Meow.
Joey. Are you a bird?
Ooh, geez, Mandy, I can only imagine. Oof.
Oh, you know what? I bet that's where the bed bugs came from. I guarantee you. I've been in the psych ward too. Hooray! Joe.
No way.
Somebody said your name. Ew.
Joey.
What? It is more difficult with a black cat because, well, fleas are black.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my mom's chihuahua, like her rabid pack of chihuahuas.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Damn.
But my mom's pack of chihuahuas, you would take one of those chihuahuas and flip it over. Literally, it was a routine that my mom and I did because the fleas were so bad. You take a chihuahua, flip it over, and try to catch as many fleas as you could before they all scattered for the hills. And there would be like hundreds of them.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Luckily, I don't have to deal with that anymore because first of all, I actually take care of my animals. And second of all, you're an indoor kitty cat.
Right. So it's going to be extremely hard for Joey to get any bugs on her at all, really.
God. So many with my mom's dogs.
Right.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Knock on wood, I've never had to deal with bed bugs. I hope I never have to, because that's a frightening thought. Bleh. Oh, that actually doesn't sound like a bad method there, Mandy. Whew. Yeah, that makes sense. That actually doesn't sound too bad.
I returned. Yeah, you're not a true. You don't truly love your dog until you're willing to like pluck fleas off of them and pull roundworms out of their ass.
But you had me at fleas for there for a second.
And watch worms like squiggle out of their butt.
Oh no. Ugh.
I've seen all walks of parasites and not by choice. Spray powder flea shampoo. Keep them like that until I start to unlatch. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's a good way. With Lucas, because he went to dog parks and everything. Of course, you're bound to pick up fleas and stuff there. They actually make treats now that are flea preventatives, and so you just give them the treat, and you're good. Like I think he had to have it once a month, and he was fine with it. I mean, he was a very food motivated dog. But we always made an event of him getting the flea treat. And so he would get very excited and gobble it up. Yeah. My mom never decided to deal with all the parasitic problems because it costs too much money, quote unquote. That's a can of worms I am going to carefully place the lid back on and stick back in the pantry.
I literally was about to say who keeps worms in their pantry, but then I realized I've kept freeze-dried mealworms for Tony in my closet before, so
I wouldn't care.
there were indeed worms in the cabinet, or worms in the whatever.
I am a very not squeamish person. At least when it comes to animals, I am extremely not squeamish.
I do not like parasites. Ugh.
I just sort of, and I mean, like, I just sort of have internal, like, I'm just like, okay, I got to deal with this problem.
Right.
No, it's not bad that you want a rat.
Oh,
I know folks with pet rats. I mean, it wouldn't be my personal choice because I'm definitely not a fan of rats. But I'm not gonna dog on anybody for wanting a rat. I would love to have a ferret though. I love ferrets.
Mandy, if you do plan on getting a rat, try getting two. Same gender if you can, because they actually are extremely social animals. And so, like, if you're not around, they're gonna need, a playmate to essentially keep them busy, and vice versa.
Uh-huh.
But they're very, very sweet animals. Like, for the most part,
I mean, even me who really doesn't appreciate rodents, I will say that they don't live a long time. And so if you want an animal that you can, like, basically you're taking care of a rat-sized Great Dane. They live, like, I think 5 years is the max.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what I was talking about. All right, animals. I am not squeamish about animals. I mean, I think animal cops really desensitized me to that kind of thing, as well as just my mom's really bad animal keeping. But yeah, I remember when in my brief stint as a vet assistant, we had a border collie come in that needed knee surgery. I was really interested in this knee surgery. And I was like, I really want to watch the surgery. And the way they were going about this made me more nervous than I was about watching the surgery.
Jeez.
But, I went in, just fully suited up. So it was a sterile environment. Sat on the stool. And I walked, and I just straight up got up and walked over and just straight up looked at, the surgery going on. And I was asking questions and everything. I didn't care. I thought it was a really cool experience. Come here.
And then you got me, who's vice versa. I'm so used to human carnage and shit like that. Hell, I could give you ballpark pricings for funeral services. That's the sad part.
Yeah, no, they're good pets. They're very good pets. You have to make sure how to keep them properly. And they don't live a long time.
Yeah.
If you want an animal that you can, like, have a long-term relationship with, I would not suggest a rodent, like a rat, mouse, guinea pig. Christine can tell you about that.
Guinea pigs with excellent care are about 5 to 7 years, I've noticed. But I lost my girl at about 6 years old, but she had rage, which that was fun.
I'm just saying, it's just like no shade about wanting a rat. I'm just warning you that they don't live a long time, and that can be very difficult if you're on the autism prism, and so you don't deal well with change. Yeah.
Joey agrees.
Like my snakes, for example. I mean, I'd love to keep them in like perfect conditions, but if I did, they aren't, and I'm hoping to fix that. Like my corn snake Axel can live at least 20 years. And there's a lot of snake species out there that live as long as horses. Horses can live like into their 30s easily. And you have cats like Jojo here, who frequently live into their teens, well into their teens, sometimes well into their 20s. Yes, black market organs. That's what I was going to talk about. No, I'm kidding.
I think making that comment because I mentioned funeral home prices.
Oh, gotcha.
There has been organ scandals within the past like 6 months. If you want me to get into that, I can do that too.
Speaking of horses, I actually do have, a heartwarming story.
Oh.
When I was a kid, I mean, I've loved horses. Horses, I've always said, are the first and primary loves of my life. And my mom, especially, when she lived in Oklahoma, we would just pull over whenever we saw a herd of horses, and we'd feed them grass, maybe give them some peppermints. Meow. Sorry. And one of the herds that we would visit was definitely in dire straits. I didn't really register this at the time as a kid. And one of the horses there was this little gray mare who was rather emaciated. And she had this festering, rotting hole in her nose. Meow. And it had completely eaten through her skull because you could feel her breath through it. And she was very nice. She was very sweet. What?
Oh my God, Joey.
Sorry.
Joey.
One day she and her entire herd was gone. And I was like wondering what happened to her. Well, after a horse that I held very near and dear to my heart passed away, I decided to seek her out. And I found out that she survived, that she was rescued from her situation, and that they healed her nose, and she only had a scar there now, and her name was now Angel.
Aw, perfect.
Mm-hmm. So that was a feel-good story, especially, it's the story of that one horse.
I mean, horses are precious.
Jackie Chan's kind of an asshole. Sorry, but he is. He completely disowned his lesbian daughter, and she is homeless now.
I mean, if you could clone Jackie Chan and yeet the assholishness, then yeah, awesome. But
what?
Joey,
what is your function? I don't care.
Me.
Sylvester Stallone is a asshole, but not as much Jackie, because Jackie Chan completely disowned his lesbian daughter, and she is homeless. And also, he supports a lot of the genocides that are going on, influenced by China.
Mm-hmm. I gotta love it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
go back to like the fucking 80s for both of them. Then you might.
I'm gonna be this person. I don't get the attraction to Sylvester Stallone, even back in the 80s when he was in his prime.
I mean, he's
He's got a face only a mother could love. I'm gonna say it.
I'm not attracted to him at all, to be honest.
No,
but
I like, Rocky Balboa, etc. It's just like, yo, you are what?
Whoa, Adrian, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Not my type, to say the least.
Right.
If I could go back in time to the good old days.
Let's do the time warp again.
I mean, hey, Tim Curry and drag.
Right.
Ah, gotcha. That doesn't fix his face.
Yeah. His face is his parents' fault, really.
Yeah. I mean, I know he was known as the Italian Stallion back in the day, and I'm just like, why?
You're like, who's writing that shit? What the fuck?
Right. Also, you had fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Go to the chopper.
God. Whew.
Ah!
Don't you love lava? Oh God! So that's why my lungs are trying to self-delete. Christ!
Of course. You're telling
If
me
I
he's the Melania Trump of the 80s.
I'm gonna yeet myself off this planet. Ugh. God, now I'm gonna have fucking nightmares now about that.
You're like fucking. I mean, both of us are like fucking Thor and Thor Ragnarok. Oh, it's in my head now.
Yeah. I'd rather see a buck ass naked Hulk.
Right.
At least the Hulk kind of looks like Mark Ruffalo. I mean, come on now.
Right.
I'll take Mark Ruffalo.
The fucking 70s were a time.
Right.
Of course he did.
Yo, what?
Why am I not surprised?
Yo, what? Yo, what?
He has the lips for it.
Benny! Damn! I was not expecting that tonight. Shit.
Friday nights at Denny's.
Yep, it is 5 nights at Denny's. God damn it. Now I'm thinking about banana pants now. Son of a bitch. A boing, a boing.
Yeah, the 70s were a great time to be alive, or at least a great time to be like a early adult or just a young person.
Right.
Like
Yes.
a lot of folks are like, "Oh, I was born in the wrong era," and then they think of like the Victorian era or like ancient Egypt or some shit, and I'm just like, "Yo, you realize how fucked everybody was during that time?" But
I
if I
would laugh.
could time travel back to an era, it would be the 70s. Like the 70s were just like this pinnacle of awesomeness. At least in the US. Can't say for anybody else.
Right.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's kind of the entirety of colonization if you're black up until today.
Mm-hmm.
There's still sundown towns in America. They don't want to admit it, but there are.
Mm-hmm. I think I would probably last maybe a week in Victorian times. After that, I'd be like, all right, I'm done. I need out.
I'm still surprised any fucking white person survived Victorian times.
Right.
Fucking trends, man.
Mhm.
Eating mummies, Shields Green,
The baby bottles that came out
the
that
death
turned
bottles, yep. You know how technology, your fucking bath could boil you to death.
if you fucking survive your childhood, then goddamn.
Mm.
There's a reason, like with the Victorian, mourning photos that they're mostly children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like folks would be like, I was born in the wrong time. I should have been born in the Victorian era, 1800s. And I was like, no, you don't want to be born in that fucking time. You wouldn't survive. You would die at 1 year old. You'd be born and then you die.
Right.
To be honest, I'm quite content with the time I've been born, even though they are historical times, which I do not appreciate. I still prefer to be in the modern era than any other era. I don't watch movies.
I know those references. I got you, Mandy. You talking to me? You talking to me? That's Robert De Niro. He was in Taxi.
Mm-hmm. I go back to the 80s to see Freddie Mercury in concert.
Right. Whew.
That and so I could get groceries at a decent price.
Right? Where like $20 could get you like a whole cart full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really wanted to splurge, you could get all the expensive shit and everything would still be under like $50.
Exactly.
Now luxury groceries are more like $500. Like, god damn.
It's so frustrating because I can. Right, Mandy. It's so frustrating because Zombie has a ton of dietary restrictions, y'all. And her dietary restrictions also happen to be the most expensive dietary restrictions. I can pretty much only eat meat, and meat is insanely expensive, and it's gotten even more expensive. And every single time I go to the checkout, to check out my groceries, which is primarily meat, I have this like moment of panic where I'm like, am I going to be able to pay for this?
Excuse me, hold on.
Mandy, we need to get together again. It's been a while. Mandy, if nobody knows, is my cousin.
Yeah, I just saw that. Hey.
Joe.
Joey.
Come here. Come here. There you go.
Joey.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like, you know, I've been with Ash, but you know, we haven't been together in a while, which is to me kind of unfortunate because when we were kids, we used to play all the fucking time. Yeah, and no, anybody who doesn't know, Mandy is my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were born the same year. I don't remember. What? Oh, stinky face. You got stinky face.
I know.
Right. Yeah, I remember like every single time I knew you were coming over, my whole world would just light up. Yep, same. So I was born in April. I forget when you were born. Or I never learned when you were born. I don't know. Don't mind me.
Meanwhile, I'm like, bro, I'm old. 1995.
No, I'm glad.
No.
We gotta hang out. We gotta hang out and cause chaos. Ah, yes. So I'm technically older than you. But yo, where I live now, the wild, like the wilderness is so cool. We gotta go cause chaos. What?
Joey.
Somebody called you. Oh, she gives slow blink.
No. That means she is content.
Mm-hmm.
I love how the bits of the story you've been sending me is like that's been incorporated and there's the slow blinks.
That wasn't on purpose, honestly. That was just sort of was like there. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh my god, bean bladder.
Eh.
Yeah, Mandy, I was born in 1990. So I'm older than dirt.
I return. I forget what I was talking about. Slapping on my wrist brace here.
Hot.
All right, we got 10 minutes until the stream
Okay,
ends.
probably a good time to wrap it up here before my lungs give out and my uterus falls out of my body. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Kay. Zombie, don't choke on your drink. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.